How's it going, guys? This is the Bulgarian Khan, the mad scientist, Damian Tangra, with a special episode about my WrestleMania weekend. Have fun, be sad, by SUP, Southern Underground Pro, and Action Wrestling in Tampa, Florida. But before I get to all that craziness, I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to entertain you on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me. And I'm sorry that I didn't upload anything last week. This week we're getting 2 videos, 2 dose. So let's get going. Let's find out what happened in one of my craziest weekends in professional wrestling so far. Keep watching. Alright, so as you know, I said that I'll be uploading 2 videos for this week. So I have divided this experience, shall I say, in 2 ways. The one is this normal way that I talk about behind the scenes things, interesting details, things that I have noticed and I want to share with you guys. And also I have a different I guess method this time. I filmed a video log of my travel to Tampa, going to the show, and also my preparation even before going to Tampa, because what I did was I worked I think for 8 or 9 hours, and I went home, I took a little nap, and I hit the road. And that's what we as wrestlers have to do sometimes. The weekend was very long. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon I left back for Georgia. But you can see all that on the video log that will be uploaded on Patreon as well. So let's cut the chase. This weekend, it was one of my biggest weekends ever because I was going to be part of a WrestleMania weekend match. This is the first time ever for me. So as I was saying, I was part of Southern Underground Pro and Action Wrestling's Have Fun Be Sad show, and it was incredible. It was stacked all the way from bottom to top. It was a very, very good show with matches, with tag team matches, scramble matches, single matches. They had a 4-way match. They also had a death match with Angelus Lane and Nolan Edward. There was something for everybody. And that's why I think that was, even though I was part of the show, even if I wasn't, I will still think that that was one of the most interesting cards of this WrestleMania weekend, just because it is so difficult to get all these matches put together. And also they had FinJuice. They had one of the best tag teams in the world, in the independent wrestling scene, that they're also signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're the current Impact tag team champions. They were main eventing against Violence is Forever, which is another great tag team on the independent wrestling scene. Limitless tag team champions, also Southern Underground Pro tag team champions. I'm not sure about Limitless, but for sure SUP tag team champions. They're signed by MLW, so it was the battle of the tag teams in the end, and they absolutely delivered. They killed it. Kevin Koo, Dominic Guarini, it was an incredible match, back and forth. Everybody loved it, and also just being part of that weekend for me meant so much, because it was, first of all, it was the first time that I'm featured on a WrestleMania weekend show, and also I was part of a scramble match that was pretty much everybody from Action Wrestling. And as I said here before in my videos on Patreon, I've spent so much time and effort trying to be part of Action Wrestling, and it seems like finally everything is coming together just the way I want it. And I'm giving a match after match. I'm giving a chance to prove myself, and that's what I want. I want a chance to prove myself, and just give me an opportunity, and I'll do my best. And that's what they have been doing with me, and I'm super very, very happy. And it was very good. I was very humbled when I realized that I was going to be part of the scramble match. It was me, Damian Tangra, versus Rob Killjoy, versus Bobby Flaco, versus Adrian Alanis, Liam Gray, Graham Bell, and Jaden Newman. So it was a very interesting match. Everybody from Action Wrestling, as I mentioned, and it was very unpredictable because pretty much you have two tag teams. You have a tag team in the face of Bobby Flaco and Rob Killjoy, and also you have another tag team in the face of The Skulk by Adrian Alanis and Liam Gray. So pretty much that just left me, Graham Bell, and Jaden Newman without forming a tag team. So I didn't know what my strategy exactly would have been going into the match. I had a little bit of time to think about everything, but I knew that at some point I'll have a chance to put somebody in submission. And also I knew that I might have to put a couple people in submission. But as you saw in the match, if you have seen it, if not, I'll upload the footage right here. I did not only put one or two people in submission, I put 3 people in submission at the same time. The sad part is, of course, everything has to end. Liam Gray jumped on me with a frog splash and almost injured my back because that's what he was aiming for, but I was able to continue the match. But I wasn't able to see him because he was behind me. But anyway, I almost tapped out 3 people at the same time. So I was preparing for that kind of thing, that kind of attack and behavior, if you say so. So it was pretty cool going into the match. I think that because Jaden Newman was trying to outmaneuver everybody, outsmart everybody, at some point that played a bad. It was bad for him, because at some point he just thought that he's smarter than everybody else, and I think that people just realized he's just gonna try to hide and strike, and that did not happen towards the end. Adrian and Liam got him. They delivered some devastating blows, some tag team combination, and I tried to stop the pin because I want to win too. It was whoever gets the pinfall or submission, they win. It wasn't a tag team, even though they had their tag team strategy going on. They were skulking around, but that's fine. That's what they do, and they're so good. They're so good. Everybody in that match is so good, and everybody deserves to win. It was just a matter of chance and just a matter, I guess, of strategy and positioning yourself to be in the best possible scenario. So what happened was Adrian Alanis and Liam Gray, they were the last 2 in the ring when I thought that, okay, probably now they're just gonna come up with something crazy. They're gonna pin each other and they're both gonna win. So I was thinking I'm gonna stop the Skulk party, even though I was part of the extended Skulk when I was telling you about my Evolve days in my previous videos, but we put that to rest. Now it was time for Tanger, for the mad scientist, to prove himself. And I was trying to attack him. It was unsuccessful. Liam caught me with a big kick. Then they hit me with a backbreaker, neckbreaker combo. But I know their finishing move so good was the jumping crossbody dragon bust, brain buster, or a suplex, which is very devastating. I've been on the receiving end of that move. It is crazy. Takes your breath out. Also crumbles your back. So it's not a fun move to be attacked with. But anyway, I already saw the move before that. I've seen the move so many times, so I knew that they were going to try to hit it as soon as they can. They got me staggered a little bit. I was holding my head, and then Adrian went for the big suplex. I knew I had like maybe a second at most to go behind him. I pushed him. He pushed Liam. I kicked Adrian's head. Then Liam pushed me, and I kind of hurt my ankle a little bit. But when he was coming, he was trying to do a big dive. I just shot on his lower back with a Bulgarian uppercut. I caught him in the air. I kind of hurt myself a little bit too, but I knew that was my only chance. So I hit him. He was calling back to maybe give me another move or try to do something, but then I snatched him for the Kikimora, which is my finishing maneuver. Head down, face first, and Liam Gray was out. Damien Tanger was victorious. So yes, not only it was my first WrestleMania weekend match, but it was my first WrestleMania victory. My first WrestleMania weekend victory. So that's a huge thing. I was told by Matt and Dylan that the show did incredible. We had very good viewership. We had a good people in attendance as well, and it was so cool to be able to perform on such a big stage for me. Probably one of the biggest stages I've been part of. One of the biggest platforms, IWTV. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and it was a very nice experience. It was as you're going to see from my video blog before or after the video, however you decide to watch it. It took me a good preparation, and by the time I actually reached Tampa, I was already tired. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was already tired. I was very motivated, and a lot of the guys and the girls that were involved in that weekend, from top to bottom, delivered. Everybody delivered. From the people who were setting up the ring to the people that were performing in the ring, the camera people, the camera crew, the commentators, everybody was everybody brought their A game, because they knew that we had to prove to everybody that this was going to be one of the best WrestleMania weekend shows, and I think that's what happened. After the Scramble match, I had a sense of relief. Of course, I was extremely happy with the fact that I got the victory, I got the win. Also, I was very happy because Garuda was in attendance, one of my tag partners, and he was supporting me the entire time. Actually, Caroline was there as well, which she's not my favorite, but she was there to support, I guess, the guys and the girls from the WWA 4. Of course, we had the Alex Kane match, and he was victorious as well, so that's a huge victory for the wrestling school, for the WWA 4. And it just makes me feel good, makes me feel a little bit proud, because I know how much everybody works hard. I know how hard everybody works to be part of the show, and the fact that I was given an opportunity not only to perform but also to share the ring with some of my teammates at the wrestling school, the WWA 4, or some of the guys that I compete against or with at Action Wrestling and Southern Underground Pro. It was a great opportunity, really. And I got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of people that I know from Twitter, and it was a very humbling experience, very cool. It legit felt like a big family reunion. That's why the first couple of shows, the IWTV shows, were called family reunions, because that's what it felt. That's what it felt like, and it was very tiring, but also extremely motivating, extremely humbling, and I'm just super happy that I was part of all that. Have fun, be sad. What a crazy show it was. We had a tag team between the Good Hand and SUP's OGs, Cabana Man Dan. He's the craziest. I respect him and admire him so much. We had Angelus Lane versus Nolan Edward. That was a crazy match to see, because they started the match with thumbtacks, and there was a scene where Nolan was dragging Angelus through the thumbtacks face down. That's like a horror movie scene. Very bloody, very violent, but they both showed why they belong at the wrestling scene, the independent wrestling scene, and why they're trying to be at the very top of it, and people should start taking notice. And I respect that. I know how some people react towards death matches, and it's not for everybody, but they're there to prove their worth, I guess, to prove why they belong at the top of the independent wrestling scene, and that's what they're willing to pay the price. So kudos to them. Of course, the main event was crazy. Thin Juice versus Violence is Forever. It was such a school book tag team match, really, with so many times I thought that the match is going to end, but somebody will break the pin or they'll kick out. So really, both teams look great. In the end, Thin Juice were victorious, the Impact Tag Team champions. But hey, who knows? There might be a rematch coming soon, hopefully. But I think that Violence is Forever definitely proved why they're one of the best tag teams on the independent wrestling scene, and arguably one of the best tag teams in professional wrestling right now. So that was pretty cool to watch. Again, I got to see a lot of my friends from Paradigm Professional Wrestling, PPW. So it was super cool. It was super cool. In the end of the day, I was extremely tired. I think I went to bed at 8 or 9 p.m. and slept maybe until 10 a.m. the next day, and I was still tired, but it was a lot of traveling. But that was my only match that I was featured on. So after that, I was just able to watch some more matches, and just to chill. I got a chance to actually meet one of my friends. He's from Bulgaria, and we met Ian. We met at St. Pete's. He showed me some places around. That was pretty cool. So we got a little chance to hang out and just talk for a while, because I haven't seen him in maybe 2 years. So that was pretty cool. I love Tampa in general. I felt a little bad because of the rain the next couple of days, and because WrestleMania might have been postponed, but they handled it very good. So I was very happy just being able to kind of like relax, enjoy my weekend now, knowing that there's no pressure anymore about performing for any other companies. Of course, that for next WrestleMania weekend, that will be pretty cool to be able to do more than one match. But I'm very grateful, and again, have fun, be sad. It was one of my craziest weekends. But I truly enjoyed it. I was talking about pressure and all that, but it's just normal kind of pressure. I don't get very nervous about my matches. To be honest, I enjoyed them, and it was a very fun time, and everybody was super cool with me, very professional, very fun spirited. So it was a great time, really great time. And thank you again, guys, for watching my videos on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next one.